Hello everyone, my name is Eric and welcome back to another Marvel Legends action figure review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Target exclusive Jean Grey in her X Factor outfit. Now this one, I was lucky enough to actually get one, not on pre-order, but on the day of release. This one literally just came out 2 days ago as of the time of recording this, so I was like, heck yeah, might as well get her. Why not get another Jean Grey, even though I already have 2 Phoenix Forces, so yeah. Without further ado, let's take her out and see how she looks. Alright, so here we have Jean Grey in her X Factor outfit. And I gotta say, she looks pretty darn nice. Pretty basic, but that is how the actual outfits look. Now, granted, it's not really the best looking figure, and I'm gonna talk about it. So, it might not be as noticeable on camera, as you guys are seeing it. Like, looking at through my lens right now, the yellows match pretty well. And yes, they do. Even in person, they actually do match pretty well. But they're not made the same way. Now, granted, I do think that the paint that they use for the green matches perfectly. It's like probably the best match they could have done with the green color. It's a little bit bluish, or yellowish, sorry, but there's a reason for it. So, I don't understand what the making process in terms of how Hasbro themselves decides to like mold things, but here's the gist. So the neck is cut out separately and it's molded from a whole different section, like a whole different other plastic. So the plastic for the top of the neck is the same plastic used for the arms and the legs. The plastic on the torso, not the hips, and the shoulders and the hands is completely different. This yellow plastic is probably one of the worst plastics I've ever seen. And in person, the actual color does not match that much, you know? And it's kind of ugly looking because there's currently, in my own vision, like me looking at it, there's 3 different types of yellow. There's neon yellow, there is mustard yellow, and there's regular yellow. So the hips have mustard yellow, the torso and the shoulders and the hands have neon yellow, and there's just regular yellow coloring for the hips. And it's like, great, awesome. Why? I don't get it. But it's fine. Honestly, from afar, especially on camera, you can't really see it. It looks fine whatsoever, like nonetheless. Maybe if I actually get close to it, you might have a little bit more realization to it. Like, you can definitely see the differences between plastic and paint in person. If you don't, you might want to get your eyes checked. But realistically, it doesn't look terrible unless you like really like nitpick it. But at the same time, there's a big aspect missing to this costume. The yellow boots. Why is there no yellow boots? I have no idea. They literally painted the legs, so why didn't they paint the boots? They don't like sculpting boots from time to time, especially for female action figures or female heroes. So why didn't they just paint the boots? I'm probably going to end up painting them because I want the actual complete look. So there's that. Now, in terms of articulation, this is the most standard articulation for the newer action figures. We do have a double ball peg neck that does function pretty decently, although there's like barely any give to actually move whatsoever. There's very little, and with the hair sculpts or the head sculpts, they're not going to move much. Like, you can look down about this far, you can't really look up whatsoever. Side to side, it works pretty well, and you can pivot a little bit depending on which head sculpt you're using. For the shoulders, we do have the regular shoulders, although they do go a little bit higher than a T-pose, which is awesome. We do have the bicep swivel, They do rotate 360 degrees. We do have a somewhat useful butterfly joint, which almost gets the arms to touch. I don't understand why it's a little bit different. It might be the same because this body is pretty much the same as the Warbird and the Black Widow, but it feels different. The shoulders don't feel exactly the same. They do go far backwards a little bit, depending on how you use them, so that could be beneficial depending on how you're trying to pose your figure. We do have a double jointed elbow, which works immaculately, perfectly fine. The most annoying thing about this figure, in my opinion, is that this yellow on the wrist is a little bit chipped out. And it might not be as noticeable because of the lighting that I'm using, but it's a little bit chipped out in some of the actual seam lines, and I kind of hate that. But again, I'm not going to complain too much about it because everyone's copy is going to be slightly different. So mine is not going to be the exact same as yours. So there's something to note for that, because not everything is the same. Now, for the abdomen or the diaphragm joint, you can rotate it, you can move it however you want, like this. Without the ab crunch, it doesn't move forward that much, backwards a little bit. It is on a double ball peg, which is awesome. With the ab crunch, which does give you this little like hernia on the back, goes forward this far and goes backward much further than it should go backwards. But yeah, legs, we do have a decent split, not perfect but decent. Kicking forward, actually pretty good because these are female action figures. They sometimes end up kicking better than the actual regular superhero guys. Thigh swivel, which you might not want to use a lot because it does break off the figure a little bit in terms of the sculpt or the paint job. Double jointed knee, that works well, and a foot hinge going forward this far and backwards this far. And we do have the ankle pivot. Now again, articulation is perfectly fine with this figure. It's definitely the better thing about it. Maybe the look is not the greatest, and that's pretty much it. Well, in terms of the quality of the figure. So let's just take a look at the accessories real quick because she comes with another head sculpt. So I'm just going to kind of cut to that. Okay, so for the accessories, we have an additional head sculpt that looks beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you, this is probably one of the best head sculpts that I've seen for a Marvel Legends. Like, the paint job on that face looks beautiful. The teeth look great. Even the gums that they actually were able to paint on there don't look uncanny, even though it is from the Uncanny X-Men, which is funny. Although, I'm not entirely sure where this is exactly from because it's not the exact same as the full hooded version of it. So kind of ignore my ignorance there. So, but it looks beautiful. I like it. Very flowy hair. Still hard plastic. Don't know why they keep doing that. Still super hard and not using flowy material. And they do have a little bit of shading here and there. For the hands, we do have kind of like the pushing outward hands where she's using her telekinesis powers. And the little effect piece that you're somehow supposed to attach to the forehead, but you're going to have to use a little bit of sticky tack for that. So, yeah. Now, going into my final thoughts, I like this figure. It's not a bad figure. I just think that the quality of it is not perfect, which definitely bums me out. So as a total, I'm going to give this figure a 7 out of 10. I think the quality control could have been a lot better in terms of what material was being used or what color plastic was being used for the figure, and also the paint job. Definitely could have been a lot better in my opinion. So that's one of the reasons why I'm taking down a couple of points. And also, it's a Target exclusive. It's going to sell out plenty of times, so it's going to be a little bit hard to find. So I should be uploading this on Monday, so if you still are, if you're watching this video, you could probably have a chance of actually getting one. So just be checking your apps, your Target apps on a daily, because again, this is a Target exclusive. Even though it doesn't have the little logo on it, it's still a Target exclusive. So just be on the lookout for it when you go toy hunting. But that's pretty much it for me. That's all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure. Do you like it? Do you not like it? But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.